the WWE has been getting criticized for relying so heavily on all these old stars coming back working part-time. The fanboys are quick to defend this, however, saying, well, it's the 30th anniversary of Wrestlemania. We're supposed to be celebrating these old stars. They're supposed to be taking the spotlight. The problem with that defense is, though, WrestleMania 10 and 20 were not like that. WrestleMania 10 and 20, they didn't focus on the past. They focused on the future. The intro for WrestleMania 10 literally had the words, "Welcome to the new generation," scrolling across the screen. And as you know, the slogan for WrestleMania 20 was, "Where it all begins again," right? WrestleMania 10 and 20, these were WrestleManias that looked forward, right? These are our new stars. This is where we're going from here, right? WrestleMania 10 and 20 didn't live in the past. They focused on the future and presented a new generation. But it doesn't feel that way for WrestleMania 30, does it? Rather than focusing on the future, WrestleMania 30 is completely depending on living in the past. It's going to be hosted by Hulk Hogan. It's going to have the Ultimate Warrior. Right? Matches include Randy Orton versus 45-year-old Batista, who just came back to steal the spotlight. Brock Lesnar versus 49-year-old Undertaker, both of whom are part-time stars. You got two part-time stars fighting each other at WrestleMania. Then you got Daniel Bryan versus 44-year-old Triple H, who also wrestles part-time. And you got The Shield versus the New Age Outlaws. You know, what year is this? 1999? You know? And then you got Cena versus Wyatt, the Battle Royal, and the Divas match. And that's it. That's it. That's WrestleMania 30, right? Where are all the young guys? Where is the new generation? I'll tell you where they are. They're all shoved into that Battle Royal like they're nobodies. And then you got Ryback, who was supposed to be the next big thing. He's relegated to the Countdown show. He didn't even make the main show, right? This is a show completely living in the past. We're going to be looking at Hogan and Warrior and partying like it's 1989. For a while now, the WWE has shown a total lack of confidence in today's new stars. That's why they keep bringing back all these old guys part-time. That's why pushes disappear out of nowhere. That's why Ryback goes from being a main eventer in pay-per-views to being in the Countdown show. That's why The Miz goes from main eventing WrestleMania 27 to getting his ass kicked by Hulk Hogan and getting put in a Battle Royal. And most infamously of all, that is why CM Punk became WWE Champion but was kept a mid-carder, right? The guy was WWE Champion but wasn't even in the main event. That shows a total lack of confidence right there. When CM Punk is your WWE Champion, he's supposed to be the face of the company, but the guy in the main event is still John Cena. But alas, some of you may respond, there is a ray of hope. There is a ray of hope, some of you may say, because there is still the chance that WrestleMania 30 ends with Daniel Bryan winning the world title and celebrating a new era. You know, that would at least be a silver lining, right? Well, yeah, it would be a silver lining, but what about everybody else? What about all the people stuck in the Battle Royal? That's number one. And number two, do you really believe that Daniel Bryan winning the world title at WrestleMania 30 would really signal a new era in the same way that Bret Hart winning the world title at WrestleMania 10 did? Do you have full confidence that the WWE would properly treat a world champion Daniel Bryan? Again, look at CM Punk. In my previous video, I gave you the stats on how in CM Punk's year as world champion, he only main evented 25% of pay-per-views. Think about that. 25%. A world champion not main eventing 75% of the time is a disgrace to the title and shows an utter lack of confidence in the title holder. Now, if the WWE treated CM Punk like that as world champion, how are they going to treat Daniel Bryan as world champion? Especially considering they seem to be pushing him reluctantly. Because you see, it's not just about your favorite wrestler winning the world title, it's also about what happens after he wins the world title. I mean, what does it matter if Daniel Bryan becomes world champion if he's just treated like crap afterwards? I'd rather have Daniel Bryan thrive in the mid-card than be treated like crap as world champion. Wouldn't you? In my last video, I said, okay, let's say they make Daniel Bryan world champion. Now what? That's a good question. Now what? Do you really have full confidence that the WWE will confidently push Daniel Bryan for the rest of the year? Again, look at CM Punk. One last thought on Daniel Bryan. Here's an idea. Imagine if this happened. Everybody is expecting Daniel Bryan to beat Triple H at WrestleMania and then beat Randy Orton to become world champion. Now, imagine if this happened. Imagine if, at WrestleMania 30, Daniel Bryan beats Triple H like everyone's expecting. Then, just as he's about to beat Randy Orton for the world title, like everyone's expecting, CM Punk comes out of nowhere, smashes Daniel Bryan with a chair, and Batista becomes world champion instead. Then, WrestleMania 30 ends with CM Punk and Triple H shaking hands. Think about that. WrestleMania 17 all over again. Then, this could lead to a long program that eventually ends with Daniel Bryan beating CM Punk for the world title at WrestleMania 31. I was just thinking about that. I think that would be kind of cool. But back to the main topic of this vid. In recent years, the WWE has relied on being stuck in the past. From the pay-per-views, to the TV shows, to the merchandise, to the website, all you see are images of old retired wrestlers. And it's been this way for a while. Here's a screenshot of the WWE webpage from 2011. And it's pretty much the same way now, right? But the thing is, it wasn't like this before. We did not spend the Attitude Era living in the past. We had guys like Stone Cold, The Rock, DX. We were living in the moment. We did not need part-time stars from 15 years ago. We were living in the present. Yeah, WrestleMania 10, yeah, it had Roddy Piper come back to be referee, but the spotlight was clearly on the new generation. New world champion, Bret Hart, Razor Ramon, and Shawn Michaels stealing the show. WrestleMania 10 was about the future. WrestleMania 30 cannot be about the future because its future matches are Brock Lesnar versus Undertaker and Randy Orton versus Batista. It cannot be about the future because it's intrinsically living in the past. There are two problems with living in the past like this. First of all, how long can it last? They used The Rock from WrestleMania 27 to 29, and now they're using Hulk Hogan and Brock Lesnar with guys like Jericho and RVD popping up randomly in between. How long can this last? What, do they plan on doing this forever? Second of all, what does this do to the quality of the product? When you have all these old guys popping in part-time, how do you even build a sustained quality storyline? The crappy-ass build-up, the Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar, shows the hazards of trying to build a storyline around part-time wrestlers. But what it comes down to is a lack of confidence in the new stars. If the WWE truly felt that these new guys have what it takes, then they wouldn't feel the need to bring back all these old guys part-time. Because when your biggest hope is a little bearded munchkin that runs out to the ring pointing his fingers in the air yelling yes, then that shows wrestling seriously needs to get its act together. By the way, don't you wish that WrestleMania 30 took place during the Attitude Era? Think about it. WrestleMania XXX. That would have been awesome now, wouldn't it? The logo would have looked definitely different. That's for sure. WrestleMania XXX. Hosted by Val Venus. The Attitude Era missed WrestleMania X, Double X, and Triple X. It should have hit one of them. That would have been awesome.